All right, Michelle. So we were given the task to find old gadgets.
Yes.
But the problem is when King 5 moved buildings, we got rid of a lot of those. So it was a hard thing to find. I found an old beta tape.
Wow.
Yeah,
Haven't
remember
seen
those?
that in a long time.
What about you?
I found a camera that, a film camera.
A camera that actually shoots film?
Yeah, is that what you call them?
Can you buy film anymore? I guess so. I found an iPod, which if I had it, it'd be a J-Pod.
That's cool.
Jordan.
Well,
Terrible
that's neat. I like
jokes.
that one.
Yeah, isn't that kind of cool? It's the mini.
I found a chalkboard.
Oh yeah, that's
We
old.
still use that.
I mean, what was like your go-to gadget back in the day?
The Polaroid camera.
Polaroid camera.
Remember you used to have to
Yeah,
shake it?
you do that. Gosh, those were the good old days.
Yeah, those were the good old days. We need to go back to the good old days.
To the good old days.
We're going to learn something. We're not content with just the headlines or the typical talking points.
It's a refreshingly honest conversation about what's going on.
It's about connecting our community and doing something to really make a difference.
We're taking today's stories and bringing positivity back.
Hey everybody, welcome to Take 5. So glad you are with us on a Tuesday afternoon. Big part of the show is you, obviously. We say that every time. We're going to say it again because we love talking with you. We love when you text us, send us your thoughts, your ideas, questions, style advice, whatever you want. 206-448-4545. But the main thing, be kind, right?
Yeah, we like that. Kindness is awesome. Also, we're talking about those old gadgets that used to be around that we miss back from the day. Maybe we could bring them back. Our editor's son is here with a payphone. So, do you miss an old school device? We want to know. I wonder if he even knew what a payphone was.
A lot of people don't.
I know, a lot of kids don't know what that is.
Yeah. Well, I just want the kids just out of the devices, period.
You do?
Talking to each other.
That is true.
We kind of miss those connections. Did we mention that we have another Chris in today?
Oh,
I guess you always have to have a Chris on Take 5, right?
It was in the contract.
Yeah, so Chris Cashman is, having a well-deserved vacation. Chris Daniels filling in. Happy to have you on the show again.
It's great to be here again.
Yeah. Well, we got to get to the big story.
Yeah.
This was
Big
pretty
day.
exciting news, right? This was the announcement of the nomination for Seattle's next police chief. And not only is this big because of that, but it's big because she's making history. Chief Carmen Best is going to be the first black woman to hold this position. And so it's significant on that end as well. But we want to check in right now. Chief Best is meeting with city officials along with Mayor Durkin. So we have a live picture of that. So hopefully we can go to that in just a second. But this was a long time coming, because remember, she didn't even make the list at first, the top 3. But before we get to that live picture, let's listen to this soundbite from earlier.
As the new police chief, I'll continue to help lead our department through reform. As we enter the next phase of the consent decree, we will move ahead with a culture of continuous improvement and innovation at the Seattle Police Department. This is what I expect. It is what our community deserves. And I know that great things are ahead.
And Chief Best has been the interim chief since the beginning of this year. And again, she's doing a meet and greet right now with city officials, and we will hopefully bring you some images from that in just a little bit.
Got a new police chief. Exciting day.
Yeah.
Big day.
Well, and it's stunning, really, in Seattle city government. It's a stunning reversal. And just in the last month now, we've seen a couple of cases where the public was able to force a key reversal. You want to say that politicians aren't listening? Well, you had the head tax and now this. And Carmen Best's biggest strengths are her charisma and her connection with the community and her knowledge of it. Here's just a slice of that we saw here last week when a Take 5 viewer asked a question. This is how she answered it.
I was hoping it was the winning lotto ticket, but I'll take what you have here. And do I read this?
Yep.
Okay.
Please.
It says, is there new technology you want to investigate to make the department more efficient and effective? And this is from Kim. So we're always looking at ways to engage technology. Right now we have a data analytics platform that we're utilizing. If you look online, you'll see a whole host of dashboards. We're way in front in technology in the Seattle Police Department, and we're continuing to look forward on this very important front. You can look on their dashboard now and you can tell what crimes are occurring where in the city. where biased crime is occurring, where crisis intervention is happening. We keep a lot of information, a lot of data, and we're actually making sure that we're moving forward on that. Technology is a really vital aspect of policing.
Yeah, you could say that was kind of a typical answer, but the reason why I wanted to show that to you is what you saw there was a couple of things. That charisma from Carmen Best, and on the fly, the ability to recall specifics here in Seattle. She is well liked by city leaders, by community activists, and it's interesting when you talk about what has happened here in the city of Seattle and what appears to be a reversal. Remember, she was not a finalist. When the list of finalists came out, there were 3. She was not part of that list. What you saw in the last couple of weeks, the mayor, Jenny Durkan, got her into that final list because there was a lot of people in the community who said, hey, where's Carmen Best? Today, our own Alyssa Hahn at a press conference asked Jenny Durkan why that change was made, and there's a quote that Durkan responded, and you kind of saw her face stiffen up. She said, she got a list of 3 that under the charter I can choose from. You read between the lines on that statement, and it sounds like the mayor was kind of working to try and get Carmen Best in the final 3 so then she could select her. We saw one of the finalists step aside, say he's going to come back perhaps at a later date in another job. So there was some political maneuvering behind the scenes, and it really, again, this is all because of the community pushback in the 48 to 72 hours after that initial announcement of the finalists was made. The community really did make a difference here.
Wow. That's great.
And it looks like we've gotten a text message from someone. If we can pull that up, it says here, congratulations from Pierce County to Carmen Best. And Chris, you know, to your point, I was thinking earlier about just in the short time that Mayor Durkan has been in office, we had the head tax situation, the community pushed back, and there was a change in that. And then with this, the public outcry over Interim Chief Best not being on that final list, and there was a reversal. People can make what they want out of it. I think for me, it shows definitely a willingness to listen and, you know, not being afraid to make a different decision if you feel like you've gone in against the interest of the people.
And listen, there's been criticism that this leadership in the city of Seattle is tone deaf at times. And that's why I say in the last month we have seen now 2 big cases with the head tax and with the selection of the chief where the community really did make a difference, pushing back, raising concerns, holding rallies at City Hall, and we have seen really 2 stunning reversals in terms of city politics back to back.
Well, we're super thankful for you because you're the one who got to interview them. We had the questions from the viewers, obviously, who sent in from the 5 Hive, and that was really great. But since you did sit down with all 3 of the candidates, how do you feel about the decision?
Well, I think Carmen Best showed in what is the lengthiest job interview anybody will have that she had the leg up on the competition here. Being somebody who has spent more than 2 decades, 25 years in the Seattle Police Department, being the person here locally that has made the connections with all those community leaders. It's rare that the Police Guild comes out and says that they like the candidates for chief or that they like a chief. They came out and did that. And I think what you see with the answers like the one that we just showed is she has that total recall. She understands the way this city works compared to other cities. When you ask some of those same questions to some of the other candidates, they don't know all the particulars. They don't know what has happened with high-tech policing in the city of Seattle. She does, and I think she also has known the mayor for a long time here in Seattle in other roles that Jenny Durkan has had. So I think that helped her as well.